As the Munich Cowboys prepare for the final game of the season, the goal is simple: win. It's been a tough season with 10 losses. 2 wins and a tie, the only bright spots. The fear of relegation from the top flight of American football in Germany weighed heavily each week. But a 35-21 win versus the Franken Knights in their final home game of the season sets up a situation where if they win, they stay in the league. Added motivation from Munich on Saturday is to exact some revenge in Wiesbaden against the Phantoms, who defeated the Cowboys 26-13 back on June 2nd at Dante Stadium. A loss would mean they will hope the Saarland Hurricanes also lose their game versus the Rhein-Neckar Bandits. But Cowboy head coach James Craig is certain the team will meet the challenge.
Well, I'm happy with the fact that finally we get to determine our own fate. Winning last week was a big plus because that took a lot of the not knowing away from that equation. I was really proud of the way that the guys played in really what was a very meaningful game. Well, we turn around again this week and it's just as meaningful.
With everything the team has gone through, we talked about injuries, players coming and going. Is there still a positive that after all that you still have a chance to play for something in the final game?
Oh, absolutely. Well, we'll have something to play for regardless of what happens in this game. If I told the guys last week, actually, Coach Barnes was the one that brought it up, that coming into last week, that was really the start of the 2013 season. And that was kind of the mindset that we told the players, this has already started for next year. What we do now affects that.
Now you're playing the Wiesbaden Phantoms. We saw them first home game of the season, a tough loss. How are they, as you're looking at their film or you're preparing for them, how are they and what is going to be different going into this game from the Munich Cowboys?
Well, I think compared to last week's team, they're just as equally dynamic offensively. They've got a quarterback that does a lot of great things with his feet and his arm. They've got 3 quality receivers. Their offensive line is a lot more active than some of the other teams in the GFL. Probably good-sized kids that can also move. Defensively, they've got a fantastic nose guard, defensive end that they move around the line. So, we're going to try to account for that and, put up some things to try to counter that. I think we've got to run the ball effectively, and our receivers have to maintain that quality that they set last week.
The keys for the Cowboys will be their first-year quarterback, Patrick Carey, who's thrown for over 2,600 yards and 23 touchdowns. And the team's leading rusher, Fabian Gärtner, with over 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns. Gärtner was to sit out the final game due to an unsportsmanlike ejection last week, but an appeal to the league was successful. And if both he and Carey can control the attack, Munich will not only win on Saturday, but secure their GFL future next season. From Cowboys practice in East Munich, Salman Mita, Sport Eagle TV.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!